Hey guys, what's up? It's Mr. B. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to start your final project for the Altered Masterpiece parody. I'm going to kind of go over what you need to do, and then some tips and tricks, and kind of a quick review of some stuff that we've done previously, because one of the requirements for the project is that you use uh, all of the three sort of techniques we've learned this year, using the pen tool, like we did for the logo project, using cutting and pasting of images like we did for the book cover, and then also using the pen tablet to draw, which we did for the lettermorphosis. So I'm going to just go over a brief review of a few things, and then you guys will be free to start your own project. So the first thing you're going to do, obviously, is open up Photoshop, and then depending on what you choose to do, whether it's the Mona Lisa or whether it's American Gothic, if you type in Mona Lisa and then just go to images, the first image that pops up is actually a pretty good quality one. You're going to want to save it to your student folder. For now, I'm just going to paste it into Photoshop. Also for American Gothic, if you just go to images right away, the first image result is a pretty good one also. It's actually pretty huge. It would appear I clicked the wrong thing there for a second. My mistake. Anyway, again, whether you choose to do American Gothic or Mona Lisa, make sure you're saving the image to your student folder. Now, you want to use these kind of as a base to build off of no matter what you're going to end up doing. But the first thing you want to do, no matter which one you're going to use, is go to Image and Image Size. And I'm going to change it to 300 pixels per inch first. And then I'm going to go back and make the height somewhere between 1,000 and 1,200 pixels. I'm going to go at the high end and make it 1,200. What that pixels per inch setting is how many pixels show per square inch of the actual image. And it affects the quality of how it prints out. So if you ever are going to print this, and I would like to print these to hang in the display case, so we're going to want good DPI, and 300 is a very high quality for printing things out. So again, with American Gothic, I'm going to change it to 300 pixels per inch, and you'll see because this image is so huge, it multiplies it by 300 basically, or multiplies it by 3, sorry. And I'm still going to do resolution first, and then I'll change the height to 1,200 pixels for American Gothic as well. So just give that a minute to load. Now for the rest of this demonstration, I'm going to use American Gothic, so we're going to say goodbye to Mona Lisa. Arrivederci. Okay. So like I said before, you're going to need to use the three techniques we've kind of gone over in class. So the first one would be the pen tool. Remember that when you choose the pen tool, if you want to make a shape that's filled in with a color, this section needs to be highlighted, so shape layers. And then as soon as you click the pen tool, it's going to create a new layer. I'm going to change the color to something that's going to show up a little better. But let's just say I want to replace her dress. So as soon as I click with the pen tool, it creates a new shape layer. And if you remember, everywhere else you click, it also creates new anchor points. Remember, if you want to move an anchor point, change an anchor point, you have to hold the control key. After you finish the shape, it's going to be, all the anchor points are going to disappear, and to continue editing or altering them, you need to hold control and just click the outline of the shape, and the anchor points will come back. Now, what I want to do to make sure that I can see what I'm doing underneath is I'm going to turn the opacity down and then work that way. Now, if I were really doing this, I would get fancy and make it match up to all the ruffles there. For right now, I'm going to keep it simple and just make a curve. Remember, if you hover over the outline of your shape and click, it'll create an anchor point on that shape, and you can then move the bars or move the anchor point itself to kind of change the shape of the line or shape of the side of the shape that you've made. Pretty good there on the right side. Okay, so my shape outline of the new dress color is done. I can turn the opacity back up. Now let's say I want to add something like shading to this dress. What I would need to do before I can alter the shape, if I go to the paintbrush tool now and I try painting on it, I get this message: could not use the brush tool because the content of the layer is not directly editable. And if you remember back to the pen tool logo project, you might have run into the same issue. To be able to edit this layer, I need to press Control-Shift-N, and I'm going to group with previous layer. And now anything I add with the paintbrush or otherwise is only going to stick to that dress. I can color all over his face and it's not going to matter because it's only going to stick to where I've grouped it with. Now from here, if I wanted to add shadows, I can use my paintbrush and my pen tablet to add new shadows. I know you can hear my mouse clicking. My tablet's been kind of acting up, so just imagine I'm using a pen tablet right now. If I want to add a pattern, just create a new layer. Control G will group it with that same dress layer. We can find a cool pattern on the Google machine. Oh, boo. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. The computer has decided to heed my request. Okay, so if I paste this star pattern into this layer, you can see it's only sticking to the dress. I can change the size. I can also, if you'd like to try this, if you go into the kind of layer options here, if I use multiply, it will keep the shading that I already did and then sort of add the star pattern on top of it while also blending the colors together. So that's what I'm going to do for her dress. So that's a simple way you can use the pen tool to replace a texture, replace an object in your parody.